Hello everyone, good morning. So what I learned from last time that I wouldn't be using any timers in between, but I will be adding a page or a sheet in your Teams that where you have to take pause and I'll say that you have to take 10 minutes or 5 minutes pause and do an activity in between. Otherwise, the video becomes so long and it doesn't have that much content. So what we are going to do today, what we are going to again write an answer, but this time we are going to focus writing answer on ethics and research methodology. So being an IB student, I believe that you know that any question can rephrase to become a question of ethics or research method. For example, discuss research method of neuroplasticity or discuss ethics of localization. It depends upon the content and the command term. So we have done evaluate command term. Today, what we are going to do, there is two specific concepts like research method and ethics, which can become a 22 marker or a 9 marker. Just they will add discuss ethics of localization, discuss research method of brain and behavior. So what you have to do and how you have to follow up with the answer. So I will be breaking down in between, but I will be saying aloud that here you have to take a pause for 5 minutes or you have to read this case study. But I will not be adding something in the video because last time it took a lot of time. So I'm starting with my presentation. And this presentation also I have uploaded in your Teams. So nothing to worry. If it is not visible, please open it on your Teams. It is there. Let's go. So understanding what is ERQ. So it's crucial to understand the structure of elaborated answer question because it enables you to get high marks, of course. And secondly, because you have to write minimum 900 to 1100 words, you need to have content in your answer. And that content should be connected. So the objective for today's lesson that we are writing a 22 marker and the methodology or the method which we are going to use is SPIECE. I hope you all know that. Otherwise, there is a breakup of that method in the presentation as well. So research method overview, there are multiple research methods we have done. Observation to case study to experiments to interview correlation study. And each has its distinctive point. When I say case study is a long-term progression of a person's life or you go backward. In case study, you can apply a lot of research method within it. When I say research methods like experiment, it's numbers. You can see cause and effect relationship. You can see duration. When I take interview, you can ask question. There are different kinds of interviews. When I talk about correlation thing, means it is not cause and effect. It could lead. For example, you are highly aggressive because you watch violent TV show. It's correlative in nature. Or either violent TV shows has made you aggressive. So all these things, if you open your course companion unit 1 or in thinking unit 1, you will find all the research methods there and there are strength and limitation of each research method. So what are the major research method? In psychology, it's observation, case study, interview, correlation study. Correlation is very common in biological genetics. And each method provide insight about choices that why that should be done. Experiments. Let's start with experiment. It starts with manipulation of variables. If there have IV and DV, IV that stays constant, DV changes, right? They controlled and you can, there are a lot of controls like voice, sound, lighting, a different list of words when you are exposed to that, when you expose that individual to something. For example, you are doing memory experiment and you give a student a list of words, and that list of words has something like something abstract, because you want to see that if there is no connection to the images, how they recall. So you control those words which has imagination to that, and then you will see their reproduction power, that how many they can recall. And please keep in mind, whenever you're writing an answer for experiment, you are using the word controlled environment, validity, reliability, low ecological validity, high ecological validity. These things increase the terminology of your answers. Case study provide in-depth exploration of an individual group, giving qualitative data. Qualitative means it's not in numbers, but it will give you trends. It will give you expression that you can see what is happening. And it offers a detailed insight finding and may be generalizable. Due to may not be generalizable because it could be a simple trend. For example, you have seen war victims, you have seen someone from domestic violence. It could be one person in detail or one community in detail in certain situations and surroundings, so it could not be generalizable. But it gives a unique perspective about any disorder. Observation, you are observing me right now, but I'm not observing you. So, how you observe, it could be a naturalistic observation. For example, a new teacher is in the class and your head of the school is observing how she's teaching. And she has to teach in front of him or her. That is not naturalistic observation, because if somebody is observing you and you know that you are being observed, it is very artificial. The person will definitely change behavior. Naturalistic observation, you are playing a football and everybody is watching football, that is naturalistic happening in the field. This method provide valuable context in real world data, and you can see biases and you can observe biases here. And because of biases, sometimes results are impacted or affected. Interviews, it's a detailed personal account from one person or group of people. It could be structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. The structured interview happen with president or prime minister, where the interviewer has to send questions before the actual interview to the person, and he or she should choose that what he or she is going to answer. Unstructured interview, you are standing outside a cinema hall and some people come and start talking about something and you are just answering randomly. Semi-structured is you have certain leading question, and when the person answer, you start pick up a new question from there. Not 100% unstructured, but semi-structured. Although it provides depth of understanding, but there is major risk of interviewer biases and inconsistency in the behavior or in the responses. Correlation studies basically, it shows the relationship between variable, but it is not cause and effect that this leads to that. It doesn't show direct cause and effect relationship, and because of that, it can lead to certain misleading information. For example, violent TV shows are making you aggressive, or you were aggressive and that's why you're watching violent TV shows. But it has a lot of assumptions. Ethics, because you all are SL, we are going to restrict human ethics. That is consent, briefing, debriefing, right of withdrawal, protection from harm, follow up. Oh, sorry. Protection from harm. The participant shouldn't be harmed physically, mentally, emotionally. The participant should be debriefed. Means after the experiment, if you tell experiment's true aim, there will be high possibility that experiment is not, like, the results could be just to attain social desirability. The participant can act fake because you have tell the true aim. For example, you're doing an experiment on memory, and if you disclose this to your participants, there is high possibility they try to learn much better. So you do the experiment and then thank them and debrief them and then tell the actual experiment aim. Evaluation of ethical guidelines. It involves reflection of potential conflicts. So if they have participated, they signed it. You can use data, or either they can simply say that they don't want to come in. It's ensure that they should any experiment which we are doing on human, it should adhere the guidelines. So now there are two case studies which is there on your drive. I'm giving you five minutes each. Read and stop your recording and come back. Stop this recording here. Take 10 minutes, read and come back. Pause. Record. Stop this recording here. So I hope you have read the document, and now we are going to structure of writing an ERQ. So as it is a 22 marker, the word count has to be between 900 to 1100. And if you remember in my last class, I said, if it's a 22 marker, you have to take two studies, because one study, there is no restriction from IB, but one study is too limited to give all the detailed connection and show you that you, and it is critically evaluated. So one study cannot give you everything to evaluate. So better you have one more study. So understanding of command term. And so here command term could be usually discuss or explain, but not any other contrast or to what extent, because it's very direct that discuss one research method or two research method ethics of this particular topic. So for a 22 marker on ethics and research method, the command term could be discuss or explain. So the methodology what we are going to use is PEACE. This enables, it's an acronym, just like teacup: point, explain, apply, critique, and end. So the formula here is to build a coherent paragraph that communicate a well-rounded opinion, enhances clarity, persuasiveness in writing. I explain: point, explain, apply, critique, and end. So as you all have read Draginsky's study, now you tell me, and you, if you see the studies, I have not given like in paragraphs, rather in pointers, so you can tell me. These studies serves as a benchmark for evaluation of the research techniques and psychology, emphasizing the role of rigorous ethics and research method. Now you have both all have 5 minutes. Please write PEACE. Point, explain, apply, critique, and end one paragraph for both the studies. 10 minutes, 5 minutes for one study and 5 minutes for one study. Take a break, pause for 10 minutes, and come back. Hope you have taken the break. Now we are going to do think, pair, and share. Now please give your answer which you have written, either soft copy or hard copy, to your friend, classmate, and you will exchange with each other, and they are going to give you feedback. You are going to give them feedback. You have 10 minutes for this. And you come back. Pause the recording and come back. Now, there is a document on your Teams, and I am going to share my screen if it works out. Because let's see that what you have to observe in each other's answer. This time we have not written the introduction, we have just written the body paragraph. After this feedback, you will write a complete answer. Not complete, I don't think you will have that much time, but you will write the intro with a thesis statement and look for another study that could strengthen your answer. I'm going to put a document where there will be questions which you can read. That what kind of question and what kind of okay, it's I can see this. Let's see. So peer review wrap up. So, is the method is clear? Relevant ethics are used. The study ends well. And what is the evaluation and link question? Right? So now open the document which is on your Teams. Read the Draginsky and the other one, H.M. Miller. The question for Draginsky is discuss one research method used in Draginsky. And discuss one research method used in, discuss one research method used in localization, because Draginsky study will use there. And for the second one, you will write for H.M. Miller, discuss ethics of one research method in brain and behavior. I'm going to put these questions in the document so you can write. And next time when we'll see, you will show me your answer, just like what we did in the last class. So I'm stopping my recording here, but you can continue writing if your time, which I believe you will not have, remaining, I think, 10 minutes, which you continue writing. And next time when I'll start class, I'll start from there.